steering. I have to take it a little more easy here. Luckily it's not too much. Well, it's a complete different car to drive. It's so aggressive, but still it runs smooth. It's not sensitive in any way. I mean, you can still drive it just as a normal the 80 kilowatt motor. So okay, we had some torque steering. Well, I have to take it a little more easy here. Oh, luckily it's not so much traffic now. So it's now a few days later, and I have driven it a couple of times after this video I just showed you, and it's super fun, but it's also super hard to drive because it's so easy to just have some wheel spins everywhere. So I mean, when I am able to hit that or find that sweet spot when you have the most power and still no wheel spin, it is accelerating so incredible well. So I think that I will work with a gearbox in the future and have some kind of limited slip or yeah, something like that, because now it's more or less just a one-wheel drive on it. But it works better than I expected anyway. But anyhow, our limited slip will do magic here, I guess. And then we have to see how long the gearbox will live. I have already bought a new gearbox to it. It's the 02A, I guess that you already know about that gearbox. It's super tough. And I also will have some kind of limited slip in that one later on. So, yeah, or maybe I put in a new motor in the back so I have it, so it can drive on all four wheels. I have thought about that. I have a complete setup just standing here. We are going to take a look at that, by the way. So let's do that first and take it from there. So here we have that setup. And yeah, here is the PDM unit. That are the onboard charger. And then we have the inverter. This is the one that I changed. And you can also see that the connector here is squared. So the new connector is round, so therefore we really need to change this connector out here. And then we have the gearbox over here, and then we have the motor itself down here. So pretty much 3 sections here. Charger, inverter, and the motor in the bottom. And in my setup it's really easy to change this out because I don't have the AC compressor on my Golf here, so it's much easier to reach the bolts behind here. So if you have a Nissan Leaf and want to do this upgrade, well, then you have to remove this one, and it is a little tight to do that. By the way, this is a 2019 version, and you can see that we have the Type 2 connector here for the home charging. So this is a 3 kilowatt charging unit, and they are also available in 6 kilowatt, but you have to keep in mind that if you would like to use this that is from 2019, you will not be able to use the Shadow charger. So this EV Resolve controller that I use together with my setup that control everything cannot handle that kind of inverter after 2018. So I have the old PDM unit hooked up to it, so that's pretty much why I really like to have that possibility to do some fast charging sometimes. The seller, I bought this on a junkyard. He was not willing to sell only this because, yeah, you probably understand that yourself. He could never sell those units later on, so I had to buy the whole kit, and the good thing with that was that I of course had all the wires here. So what I did was that I have now used the wires from the resolver that are sitting right there. There you have the connector for the resolver, and that one feels the position of the rotor. So the control unit can apply the electric current to the right field in the motor. So we have that torque. For example, when the motor is standing completely still, it's really important for the inverter and the motor controller that it knows the rotor position, so it can apply magnetic field on the right field, so we are able to turn the rotor. It's a little hard to explain, but there is a lot of videos out there that you can see how this is working, some good animations and stuff. So yeah, that's really good. I took that cables, I was almost forgetting to tell you that. I have now used that harness and installed that to my Citystromer, so I now have 2 possibilities here. So if I want to do my Citystromer original again, I just can bolt on this and plug in that connector once more. So I can now change between 80 kilowatt and 160 kilowatt whenever I want to. It takes only about 2 hours to change this out. And by the way, let's move this a little bit. Let's take a look at the cooling pipes here, because if you now change this inverter out, you can see that this pipe here is not on the same place. So you really need to have that inlet, so you will be able to just bolt on your hose here. So of course you can do some other stuff just to make this hose to fit, but it's a good thing to know if you plan to do this. Otherwise, it's pretty much just the same as my old motor. We have the Shadow inlet here, or outlet. It depends on how you see it. So yeah, E+ version, so it can handle up to, I think it was 50 kilowatt, but that's not what I am able to take, because the Resolve controller will only allow 40 kilowatt of charging power. Here you can see those hoses that I was talking about, and you can see that the upper connector here are much further in, closer to the inverter and the motor, and therefore we need this 90 degrees on this hose here. It's a little hard to see, but I guess that you get the idea here anyway. And then I also changed this connector here, so we now have a 90 degrees angle on this pipe here instead of a straight one as it is on the right side here. So earlier it was a straight one even on the left side here. And then we have the resolver down there, and you can see this cable connected to it. And on its way up to the inverter, it is split. So we have those connectors here. This one with the blue cable are coming from the resolver into this connector that now are connected to the 160 kilowatt inverter. And here beside it I have the old 80 kilowatt connector that will go to the 80 kilowatt inverter. So this is already hooked up to that old connector. And we have those connectors here. You can see that the round one is already connected to the inverter because we now have this round one that will fit into the 160 kilowatt inverter here. And here beside it I have the 80 kilowatt connector. And the resolver are already connected to this one, or at least that cable here. So when I change the inverter, I just have to connect this connector to the resolver over there. And then it's pretty much just to drive with the 80 kilowatt inverter instead. Just a few hours of work, or maybe 1.5 hours of work, maybe 2 hours, and then it's ready to be as it was from the beginning. And then of course I now also had to change this outlet to the E+ version. So this is the DC charging port, the Citystromer one. So if you now plan to do an upgrade like this, you first have to see if you have the correct fuse inside of your battery. Or see, if you have the small battery, you have the small fuse. So I have changed my fuse from a 300 amp to a 450 amp fuse instead, because it's not fun to be standing there with a blown fuse when you are going to have so much more fun if that fuse had been the correct from the beginning. So make sure to change that out, because 300 amps is not enough. And by the way, I took some pictures here from the car scanner app when I was doing one pull here, and you can see that on that graph I actually pulled 170 kilowatt of power out from this inverter and motor. And I mean, that's pretty good because it's only a front wheel drive car, so it's hard to get all of that power down into the ground. And that was on the second gear, and that second gear ratio is pretty much the same as the Nissan Leaf original one, around 8:1 gear ratio. So yeah, it's really good. I was a little surprised. I mean, 170 kilowatt, it's a lot of power. This car weighs only 1165, so 1 ton 165 kilos with me in it. So it's super light. So yeah, I am going to have so much fun with this car. Sadly now it's winter, but not winter yet. It's in the beginning of the autumn, but the days are getting shorter and shorter, and more rain and gray days, so it's not so fun to drive it. I drive it even if it rains, but I mean, it's not that fun. Anyhow, this was pretty much everything about this little power upgrade. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and feel free to ask something down in the comment section if you would like to do that. So thank you so much guys for watching. Hope I see you next time. Take care and goodbye.